Hey guys, it's your girl Khanyi Cakes and I am back with another lit vid. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the Cakes Club. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Khanyi Cakes. If you didn't know, now you know. So subscribe. So, today, as you've probably seen by the title, I'm doing a story time. Guys, this is juice, by the way, cranberry cooler juice, if you're wondering. Anyway, so today, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be doing a story time of, I don't know if I should call this a crazy stalker or what exactly this person was, but all I know is this person wasn't okay. So I'm not gonna waste any time. Y'all know the story times be juicy, okay? So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So let's take this back to about, I think this was like a year ago, guys. I was 13 at the time. And y'all know I look old. Guys, I'm 14, by the way. People assume that I'm like older, 17, 18, but I'm actually 14. And I was an early bloomer, guys. So meaning like I developed pretty much quicker than, other girls my age. Guys especially tend to assume I'm like 17, 18. So I do get instances where like a guy that's like 18 years old or a guy that's in varsity approaches me and tries to hit on me, which I don't blame them because like I know I look old and my body, it's so people assume because of like my body shape, the way I speak and everything, that I'm older, whereas I'm only 14. So anyway, let's take this back to about a year ago. I was in Durban with my family. We were just going, for vacation and a nice little getaway, a little something. So my dad wanted to go to the mall to buy some groceries, and I was like, okay, daddy, I'm coming with you. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Usually when we go on holiday, we stay in like holiday homes, apartments, not like individual hotel rooms. So there's a stove, there's a kitchen. So we normally buy groceries so we can cook our own food, like a holiday home type of vibe, not like a hotel where you have to buy takeout all the time. This was the day after we had arrived. So fine, my dad and I, we go to the mall because we're gonna buy groceries. I honestly wanted to go shopping. I didn't go for the groceries. So my dad wanted to go to like Factory, Cotton On, and YDE. So what he did was he dropped me off at Cotton On. So then fine, I'm there, I'm buying things, it's all cool, it's all good, it's all nice. The vibes. So I walk out of Cotton On, I'm like, you know what, I want to go to Factory to check for some hoodies and things like that. I went to Factory, bought some tube tops, bought some cute pants and things like that. What Factory sells, like some nice hoodies, t-shirts. Even though it was hot, see what I mean, I bought hoodies but it was summer, like stupid me. Anyway, while I was in Factory, when I was about to pay, there was this guy, he bumped into me right in Factory, and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, whatever. Some of the clothes I was holding fell, so he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then he picked up the things for me. I'm like, thank you. This is when it starts getting juicy. He actually bought before me, so he bought some jeans and whatever, and then he left the store, and he was like kind of just chilling outside the store. I thought he was waiting for someone. I didn't know what he was waiting for. Little did I know I was the one. So I buy my things at the store and then I leave. As I'm walking, I see that this guy is walking the exact same direction I'm walking in. But I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being paranoid. So I'm just walking. And this guy is, walking the same way I'm walking. So fine, I'm like, okay, whatever, maybe he's going to another shop, the same place I'm going. So I walk for like 5 minutes and then I get to YDE. So I get inside YDE. I don't know where this guy went, but I'm pretty sure he saw me get in YDE because he was like behind me almost. Not like literally behind me like this, but like it was like this much of a distance. So as I was walking, he was also like walking behind me. That look that you do just to check okay, where's this person going? Like, where are you going? So I was constantly like checking over my shoulder, and I saw he was on his phone. So I'm like, no, Kanye, you're just being paranoid. So yeah, fine. My dad calls me, he checks up on me. He's like, how far are you? So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to my last shop. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to IDE. Then I'm gonna come meet you at Woolworths. So I get into IDE, and I was just looking, at dresses and everything. And this guy wasn't there anymore. So I was like, yeah, Kanye, you're just being paranoid. So I got this cute little blue mini dress, not like mini, but like mini. You know what I'm saying? So I was just, busy walking around looking for the heels, and then this guy comes back, but like he's just standing outside the shop on his phone facing the other direction. So at this point, I'm kind of like weirded out. So guys, fine, I continue normally. Then I went to the till, I paid for my dress. I remember this guy looked at me. I'm the type that if you stare at me, I'm gonna stare at you back. I'm gonna be like, okay, we're doing a staring contest. Okay, sure, okay. So, this guy looks at me, and then I look at him back. He just starts smiling like, hee, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm on the phone with my dad. I'm standing outside the shop. I'm like, hi, Daddy, I'm done at YDE. Where are you? He's like, I'm at Woolworths. You can come, or should I come fetch you there? So I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll ask around. I'll ask the security. So there was this security not so far. So I was walking towards the security. And then this guy is walking with me now. He's following me again. So at this point, I'm like, nah, guys, something's wrong. Like, something is wrong. So I went to the security. I'm like, hey, do you know where Woolworths is? He's like, walk straight down and take an escalator down, and then you're gonna find where Woolworths is. So I'm like, okay, cool, sure. So I continue walking. 2 minutes in, I'm like, no, I think this guy's following me. Literally, I was walking this way, right? So then I turned and I went the other way. I went the opposite direction now, because I was just testing, is this guy following me or what? So as I'm turning around, this guy stops. And he's just standing. So I was just like stall in the middle of the mall. They were selling watches and phone covers. I just acted like I was looking at the phone covers. At this point, I was scared. I won't lie, because I'm like, why is this guy following me? Why is he following me? Why? For what reason? So then he stops as well when I'm stopping. That's when I knew, like, nah, this guy is actually following me. He's actually following me. So he also stops now, and he's at the same stall as me, somehow surprisingly looking at phone covers. The same time I'm looking at phone covers. So like in the movies, he was on the other side, I'm on this side. So then I'm busy looking, and I look up and I look at him, and he looks at me back. He walks around, but like slowly, and then he comes to me. So then he's just quiet. He doesn't say anything. So I'm like, sorry, king, which means like, sorry, is there a problem? So he's like, which means there's no problem. So then, I ignore him, everything. I'm still looking at phone covers. Then like 2 minutes in, he's still looking at me. So I look at him, and he's like, do you know how beautiful you are? I'm like, boy, tell me something I don't know. Like, I'm beautiful and okay. So I'm just like, when you don't want someone to talk to you, and you're just trying to like turn them off so they can leave you alone. And he's like, how old are you? Something in me said I should lie, but I was like, no, let me be honest, because he's gonna leave me. I really don't know how old he was, but to me he looked like he was like 21. I want to say 21. Let's say 20 to 22. So he's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 13. It's like, no, you're lying and everything. Because as I told you guys, I was very curvy. I had breasts. Like, I look like how I look now, basically. I changed a bit, but not that much. So if you met me at the mall and you just see me, like, how old would you think I am? Like, how old would you... Comment down below, actually, how old would you think I am if you didn't know my real age? So he thought I was lying. He's like, no, you're lying. And he started laughing and everything. And I'm not even laughing. I was just there like... Why are you laughing? Because I'm 13. So you're fine. This guy gets straight to the point, because he can see that I'm not really interested. I'm just like, annoyed, irritated. So he's like, can I get your number? I was like, no, for what? And then he's like, no, just so we can talk. I was like, I don't give out my number to strangers. So my dad calls me. He's like, I'm about to pay. So I'm like, I'm coming now. I think there's someone following me. My dad is like, what do you mean someone following you? My dad's like, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure. He's like, are you not being paranoid or something? Isn't the guy waiting for someone? Because, like, it also doesn't make sense to me why someone should follow you in the mall. why should a man just follow me in the mall? I'm minding my own business. Like, sometimes it's so hard being a woman because you can't live in peace. You want to take a walk, guys on the street are catcalling you. You're in the mall, you want to shop, a guy's following you. Like, I want peace, man. I want peace. So then, fine. I tell my dad, I'm like, no, I really think he's following me. So my dad's like, okay, how far is Woolworths from where you are? I'm like, the security said I should just walk straight. I'm gonna see escalators and I should go down. My dad's like, okay, so do you wanna come or what? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll come. I was wearing my big girl panties. I'm like, this guy's not gonna touch me in the mall. Plus, you know, we're in a public space. So at this point, I'm kind of scared, but I'm not showing it, you know, because when you show them that you're scared, that's when they wanna take advantage. This guy's still behind me. I remember I stopped like in the middle of the mall and, you know, I was like, no, I can't take this. Then this guy comes to me and he's like, sorry, can I have your number? Like, he was kind of being like forceful. And I'm like, how can you force me to give you my number? Like, why? So I was kind of scared, honestly, and I was still young, I understand. Guys, like a year ago, a person can grow a lot in a year, trust me. Then I'm saying I was still young, like it's 5 years ago. So, you know, I was kind of scared and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just give him a number. Damn me, I had my phone in my hand. So fine, I'm just calling out random numbers like, you know, 079-12345, you know. I give him the number and he walks away. I'm actually walking behind him this time. So he calls the number, he turns around and he looks at me. So then he stops me again in the middle of the mall and he's like, this number's not ringing. And I'm like, oh no, sorry, this phone, I only use it for phone calls and WhatsApp is on my other phone and what. I was just lying. So I was like, oh, okay, give me both then. I'm like, no, sorry, you know, I don't really use this one, you know, just making up lies. Luckily, we weren't very far from the security. So the security could kind of see, because, you know, when you're making eye contact, thank goodness for that security, guys. There are some good guys out there. So the security comes, he acts like he's patrolling, but then he comes there, he's like, hello, CC, hey, you know, trying to make conversations like, are you okay, and everything. So I tell the security, I'm like, no, this guy's following me right in front of him. So then, yeah, the security sorted everything out. So this guy, in fact, didn't want to leave, like he was just there. So I called my dad. I was like, Daddy, I'm not gonna be able to come there because this guy does not want to leave me alone, you know. So then the security leaves again, and then this guy was still bothering me, you know, telling me nonsense and everything. He even ended up swearing, guys, because he just got mad and pissed because obviously I told the security, and he actually tried touching me, like, you know, when someone grabs your arm and things like that, just because he's infuriated because don't want to give him my number. So yeah, guys, that is basically the story, you know, nothing kinda long, but I'm actually thinking right now of what if I wasn't in a public space where there were many people? You know, what would this guy do? What would he have done to me? And it just like annoys me so much and makes me angry that us as girls can't even walk in the mall alone. Even as a young girl, like some men don't care. Whether you're 12, whether you're 9 years old, they don't care and they just call you names. And if you're a guy watching this, I just want to say, before you catcall someone, you know, think to yourself, what if this was my sister? What if it was my mother? You know, what if it was my aunt? What if it was my grandmother? Would I like it if someone would call, you know, a lady related to me names or whistle at them when they are walking? No, you know. So why do you think it's okay to do that to other ladies? And yeah, in honor of Women's Month, I just wanted to share this story. And yeah, my dad eventually came. This guy actually eventually left because I was standing with the security guard waiting for my dad. And yeah, we ended up leaving the mall and that was it. So yeah, man, guys, that is it. I just want to say, guys, be safe out there. You know, as much as there are some good people in this world, there are also people that are yeah, not so good. Please, guys, take care of yourselves as ladies. And if you're a guy watching this, don't go around catcalling people or even allow your friends to catcall girls at school. So yeah, guys, that is basically it for today's video. This was actually kind of a serious story time, but I think it's important for me to share these things just so you guys can learn from these, not repeat the same mistakes I did, learn to say no, seek help sooner. So yeah, guys, that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe for more lit content. Until next time, you guys, love and light. Peace.